Okay, so here we've got a bearing question, right? And it says the bearing of a ship in the Irish Sea is measured from two coastal locations. Now it says the ship, so somewhere here, isn't it, the ship in this white bit here, in the sea, clearly. The ship is on the bearing of 40 degrees from Moelfre and on a bearing of 335 degrees from Hoylake. Now let's deal with the Moelfre situation first. So remember with bearings, where it says from, that's where you measure. Okay, so from Moelfre, so we're going to need to get our protractor and we measure from Moelfre and 40 degrees. Remember as well, bearings are in 3 digits, so 40 degrees. So I get my protractor here and I measure 40 degrees from Moelfre. So remember with the protractor, the origin of it, the centre of it goes on the location Moelfre, and the zero line of the protractor must line up with the north, right? And you start measuring then from the north, okay, 0, and 0 is on the outside, isn't it? Yeah, so we start measuring from 0 on the outside, count up to 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. I should be using a pencil really, okay? So we mark it because I make mistakes. So we mark it at 40, okay, there, right? And once I've marked it, I remove my protractor and I get my ruler and I'm going to join up now Moelfre and that mark, and I'm just going to draw a line, and the ship's is somewhere on that line, right? Because it's 40 degrees, isn't it? 40 degrees from Moelfre, right? So it's somewhere on that line. But we get more information. It also says that it's on a bearing of 335 degrees from Hoylake, okay? So again, with bearings, okay, so let's go. It says from, doesn't it? From Hoylake. So go to Hoylake, and you know, you line it up so that the 0 line's on the north. And remember again with bearings, don't think I mentioned it before, you've got to go clockwise. Okay, clockwise, so you go all the way round, start from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way round, right? And you realise you get to the bottom, which is 180, and you're stuck, because you can't go any further. Okay, now I want to get to 335. So what I do is I mark it with my pencil, and then I turn the protractor around, and I start counting from here, and so I sort of start again almost. But remember, this represented, didn't it, 180? So what I do now is make sure this is lined up properly. There's 0, okay, but actually it's 180, isn't it? It's actually 180 because I've already had 180 all the way around here. So this would be 190, wouldn't it? That'll be 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, 310, 320, 330, and 335 will be there, right? Halfway there. Okay, so I mark it there. And then what I'll do is then remove the protractor, join up Hoylake and that mark, and draw a line. And then you can see the ship's got to be on that line. So the only place it can be is where the two lines cross each other. So there's the ship, right? So we'll mark it there, right? Sometimes we write a letter next to it, but I don't think we need to here. We just marked it there. Then it says, write down the bearing of the ship from Douglas. Now, again, from Douglas. So I need to measure from Douglas to where that ship is. Okay, so I'm going to put my protractor there to where the ship is. What will be useful is if I actually draw a line to join them up. Okay, right, and now get my protractor and I can measure that bearing. So again, measure from the north all the way around, and you get to 115, okay, from the north, clockwise, yeah, because remember we start clockwise from the north, 0, all the way around, and it's 115 spot on, right? Okay, now if you've done it and you've got, say, 116 or something like that, or written in pen here, or you've got 114, right? That's okay, right? That's going to be accepted, right? There is an allowance there. What's important is you just try and be as accurate as you possibly can, and you get the marks.